Right, we're back. We are back for yet another live stream. Newcastle against Ipswich Town in the Premier League. Newcastle are certainly on the course, aren't they, for Champions League football, you'd have to say. They are currently sat in they're in sixth position in the Premier League after that result, Chelsea beating Everton earlier today. Chelsea now have gone up to 4th on 60 points, City in 3rd on 61, then Forest, who stay on 33 games played, by the way, 60 points. So Forest will have a game in hand. Obviously, they're in the FA Cup this weekend against City. Then comes Newcastle in 6th on 59 points. Following that is Villa in 7th on 57. Villa are going to have they've got a very fine margin for error, haven't they, Aston Villa? They're going to have to step it up when they come back to Premier League action, you would have to say. But yeah, 4 points currently separating 3rd to 7th. Man City, Chelsea, Forest, Newcastle and Villa, 4 points separating those teams. You can't call it yet, can you? You can't call it with the Champions League. You just can't decide who it is who's going to make it. So let me know what you're thinking in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking for this one. It's going to be a very, very big game. I'm really excited to see the teams. Let's have a little look and see the lineup. And you can let me know what you think. We've just done a live watch-along for Chelsea against Everton. It wasn't the most brilliant game, to be honest, from either team. Not the most enduring performance from either team. But they got the win over in the end, Chelsea, didn't they? They got the result that they needed. Callum, what is it with no EFL games on? Can't be putting EFL games on, mate. Can't be putting EFL games. Not over Premier League games. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. You can't do it. So, 1 second, and we can get everything set up for this one, and I'll tell you the lineups. I will tell you the lineups on this one. What's it with no EFL games on? They usually do. What do you mean they usually do? Ethan, how are we watching the Newcastle Ipswich game then? It's on Peacock, mate. It's on Peacock. You can watch it. They do all the 3 o'clocks. Let me just get the old setup going. Usually put them all on TV. Are they not on the Sky Sports red button? Sky Sports red button usually have all the Championship games on. I don't know if they have today. Let's see. Live. Yeah, no, they're not, are they? No, they're not. The next the next EFL game is Wrexham Charlton tonight at 5:30. Yeah, there's no Championship games on. That's mad. Absolutely mad. Blurry, Liverpool is winning the Premier League again next season. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one. As a Liverpool fan, mate, I think there's going to be a lot of change at Liverpool over the summer. And it's going to be very difficult to expect us to win the Prem. Again, it's going to be a really tough one. Obviously, I think we can challenge. But I'm not certain just yet. I guess it depends. A lot depends on who we bring in, who City bring in, who Arsenal bring in. And let's just see how the teams look come the start of the Premier League season. It's going to be very difficult to say because I think all 4 top teams at the top there are, Newcastle I think will change. I think Chelsea will change a bit more. We know that City, Arsenal and Liverpool will massively reinvest. It's going to be all change. It's going to be one of the biggest transfer windows in Premier League history. I really believe that. It's going to be one of the biggest transfer windows ever. So many teams needing to do some work this summer. And quite comprehensive work as well. As I said, I personally think Liverpool alone will win the league at a canter. We've won it by, 13 points so far? We'll probably win it by more. And that's we've absolutely walked it. We've breezed the league this season, and I still think that we will make 10 to 12 changes. 10 to 12 changes easily this summer. 10 to 12 players will leave the club. Will, how are you watching the game? It's on Peacock, mate. It's on Peacock. Personally, I think it's going to be a really, really difficult summer to predict. Until you know exactly what those teams have brought in, you can't really predict them. Can't predict them. Amnesia Hayes. Newcastle need to sign some solid defence, and you've got the best team in the league. Then I'm not a Newcastle fan, mate. I'm not a Newcastle fan, but I appreciate you saying that. I don't think they've got the best team in the league, but they've got a very good team. I think they need more work at that right wing position. I'm not sure Jacob Murphy's the best for them. I think Anthony Gordon, he's fell off a little bit this season. They probably need a left winger, a right winger. They probably need a better centre mid backup for, Tonali, Joe Linton, Guimaraes, because once those are out, it's going to be difficult for them. And I think, defensively, they need a right back, they need a goalkeeper, and they need a centre back. So, personally, mate, I can't see them being the best in the league. They need a lot of work, Newcastle, to get anywhere close to being the best in the league. Callum the Copite, Plymouth relegated. They're not relegated yet. They're not relegated yet, mate. They're not relegated yet. If they win their last two, they can still stay up. They need the likes of Oxford and Preston and Hull to keep dropping points, though. Blurry, I hope Trent comes to us to Real Madrid. I think he is, yeah. I think Trent is going to Real Madrid. Absolutely he is. Blurry, Liverpool need left wing and striker. I think we need a lot more than that. We're probably going to change a lot more. We're going to change left back, centre back, central midfield, left wing, centre forward, maybe goalkeeper as well. Depends what happens, but lots still to happen there, I think. Corin, if Ipswich lose, then if they draw, they're officially relegated. Yeah, if they draw. If they win, then West Ham have to lose 4-0. Callum, have you seen Núñez's post? Yeah, look, we know Núñez is going. We know Darwin Núñez is going. It's probably not the best advice from him to be posting that, but it is what it is. He wants to leave. We want him to leave. I say we. Slot wants him to leave. There's obviously something happened behind closed doors, and it's just not quite working out for him. But I'm quite sad. I think Darwin Núñez is a very, very talented centre forward, and it's a shame to see his Liverpool career ending this way. Amnesia Hayes, please buy Højlund off us for £1. I don't think Højlund is going anywhere either this summer. I think Manchester United are going to keep him. You watch. You've heard it here first. Manchester United will keep Rasmus Højlund, I'm telling you. Mainly because they're not going to get anyone to pay anywhere close to the £80 million they paid for him. And he's still a young centre-forward. He just needs a bit more time. And I think he could be a good Manchester United player. Callum, I want him to leave. I'd walk Núñez out the door. That's harsh, mate. That's harsh. I like Darwin Núñez. He's given a lot to the cause. And, I'd be disappointed. I am disappointed to see him go, but it probably is the right thing. Corin, what did Núñez say? He basically just put a little thing out on Twitter that said that no wonder I'm not playing. last time I played, we played well and won. So, ... and then deleted it after like 20 minutes. Amnesia, we're stuck with Hoyland, and it's looking like we're signing Delap over Osimhen. We are cooked. Yeah, United aren't signing anyone just yet. They've got to wait till the season's over. They're not signing anyone. There's no decisions been made with Manchester United and who they're signing yet. Remember that, mate. Because United need to know whether or not they have Champions League football next season. If they don't have Champions League football, believe me, all of that changes. Every single bit of it changes. United's transfer targets, the players United can maybe even keep, some of the players that they may decide to move on, all of that changes if they get Champions League football. If they don't get Champions League football, then it's all done and dusted. It's done. They're not gonna be able to sign the players they want to sign. It's a lot resting on that Europa League tie against Bilbao and the final thereafter. So you've got to keep an eye out for what happens with that one. I still don't think United win it, and if they don't win it, it's bad. It's bad. Samuel Mark Ingram, get rid of Alejandro Garnacho. Garnacho, Mainu, they're certainly two of the players who United are looking at selling, aren't they? Bayern have scored. They're 1-0 up against Mainz. That's a big goal in the Bundesliga title race. Puts Bayern back 8 points in front of Leverkusen now. 8 points clear with 3 games to go. I think that might just be it done and dusted, I'm afraid. Amnesia, at the moment, I don't see us winning it. The semi will be a lot harder than the final. Yeah, I mean, look, the final, you've either got Spurs or Bodo Glimt, assuming you make it past Bilbao. And I think Spurs, in a one-off game, I think Spurs could do United. Equally, I would say United could do Spurs. So you could flip a coin for that one, couldn't you? You could flip a coin, United or Spurs, in the final. And I think Spurs will make it. I think they will get past Bodo Glimt. But I can't see United getting past Bilbao. They're a bloody good side, Bilbao. They're a really good side. Albi Alexander, who do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. But again, if you're new to the channel, I watch absolutely every team going. We are watching Newcastle v Ipswich now. We're watching the FA Cup semi later. Palace against Villa. We're watching the Clasico tonight. Real Madrid against Barcelona. I'll be doing a live watch along for that. 9 o'clock. Copa del Rey final. Real Madrid against Barcelona. Tomorrow we're live for Bournemouth against Manchester United at 1 o'clock. Straight after that we're live for Liverpool against Spurs. And then straight after that we'll be live for a massive game at the top of Serie A. We'll see Scott McTominay for Napoli against Torino. Potentially Napoli going top of Serie A, overtaking Inter Milan, who are just falling apart right now. Just falling apart. Corin, Bundesliga isn't a Farmers League anymore. League One still is. Albi, I'm a Newcastle fan. Nice. Good to have some Newcastle fans here. We've got lots of Newcastle fans in the chat. So good to have Newcastle fans here, mate. We have lots of people in the chat supporting Newcastle. Samuel Mark Ingram, will Xabi Alonso take over from Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid? I think he will, yeah. I think he's the obvious one, isn't he? He's the obvious one, certainly. I can't see anyone else going there, and they've been after him for quite some time. He's a Madrid legend. I think the fans will listen to him, the club will listen to him, the players will respect him. Yeah, he's a good fit, Xabi Alonso. Samir, Bilbao are 4th in La Liga. They are. Bilbao are really, really good, and they also have, by the way, the best defence in La Liga. They've conceded less than Madrid and Barcelona. They have the best defence around. And Ernesto Valverde has made a real habit of making them very, very difficult to beat. And not to mention that they've still got the likes of Inaki Williams, Nico Williams, Oyhan Sanset. Lots of very talented players up the front end as well who can cause problems. And they were really unlucky at the Bernabeu last week. We did a live watch-along of Real Madrid against Athletic Bilbao. Sort of a scouting mission to see how Bilbao might get on against Manchester United. And I thought they were brilliant, Bilbao. They kept it 0-0 up until maybe the 93rd minute, when somehow Valverde just smashed one. Fede Valverde smashed one into the top corner. It was a great finish. Blurry, wow, Dortmund from 13th to top 5. Yeah, listen, Dortmund are going to have to pull out some stops, really, to try and get this European place nailed for next season. Agita Dark, Birmingham versus Ipswich next year. Ipswich will be playing the East Anglia derby as well again next year, won't they? Ipswich v Norwich. LT, Liverpool fan here. Good to see you, LT. Good to see you, mate. Samir X69, predictions about the Copa del Rey final. I've gone for Barca 3-1. That was my prediction earlier, so I'm going to stick with that. I think Barca will score, and they'll do quite... I think Madrid just aren't quite at it, I'm afraid, recently. So let me just go through the lineups with you on this one. I know someone in the chat has just asked about the lineups for Newcastle Ipswich. So, in goal, it's Nick Pope. Kieran Trippier, right back. Fabian Schär, Dan Burn and Livramento. In midfield, Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali and Willock. And then it's Murphy, Isak and Barnes. We are off, by the way. I've just I've not started the clock. We are off. We are underway here. For Ipswich, it's Palmer in goal. It's Greaves, Burgess, Wolfenden and O'Shea at the back, with Jack Clark and Ben Johnson on the wings. Taylor and Morsey in midfield, with Enciso just behind Liam Delap. So yeah, we'll get a good look at Liam Delap today to see whether or not he can be a good fit for several Premier League clubs. There's quite a few chasing him, isn't there? Can Liam Delap be that player? Corin, I think Nico Williams is pretty overrated. I want Barca to win La Liga. Treble. Alright, okay. Yeah, they're certainly on course for the treble, aren't they? Blairy, if Bayern signed Wirtz and Elise left wing, right wing, Musiala centre mid, Wirtz striker, Kane, it will be the best attack. Be a very good attack, won't it? Yeah. Very good attack. One to watch next year for that if they can pull off that Wirtz transfer. Interested to see where Jonathan Tah goes, actually, from Bayer Leverkusen. His contract is up. Obviously, he's made it known that he will be leaving the club, and he wants to go and explore opportunities elsewhere. He's still only 29. He's probably the best centre-back in the Bundesliga last year. Jonathan Tah, still a very talented player, German centre-back. He'll be one to watch this summer. He might be one that maybe a Chelsea or maybe a Liverpool, I don't know, someone could pick him up. He's a very good player, Jonathan Tah. Blairy, I think Jurgen Klopp will be the manager of Real Madrid. No, Jurgen Klopp is retired, mate. He isn't going to manage anyone for quite some time, to be honest. He's happy doing what he's doing. I don't think he's going to Real Madrid anytime soon. Real Madrid's not the kind of club that Jurgen Klopp goes to. One Shanboss, Ipswich, please win 3-0. Well, look, this is a very big game, isn't it, at the top of the table for the Champions League next season, for Alexander Isak's future. I do think a lot rests on this sort of a game. They have to win Newcastle, and they have to win comprehensively as well. They've got to show that they can be a team that can put these sides away. Bob Job, Jonathan Tah has Saudi written all over it. Do you think so? I don't think so. I think he's a very ambitious player. I think he's one that you could see maybe going to maybe a Real Madrid, actually. Real Madrid need a centre-back. Desperate for a centre-back. Jonathan Tah to Madrid could work. Oh, that's poor from Newcastle at the back, and Ipswich have got a chance here. Oh, inches wide. Very, very poor. Very, very poor, that from Newcastle. And Delap had a chance there, and it was just wide of the far post. Whoo-wee, goodness me. It was Dan Burn who gave it away. Dan Burn gave it away. And this is what I mean by Newcastle's defence. They're not as solid as we have led them to believe. It was a great little shot there from Delap. Unlucky just wide. But Dan Burn putting Newcastle in all sorts of problems at the start here. It's going to be a corner to Ipswich here. Blurry, I want Saliba or Hyson to Real Madrid. I bet you do. Chance for... Oh, chance. Unlucky. Ipswich having all the chances here in the opening 5 minutes. It's all Ipswich. Yeah, I think Saliba to Real Madrid could happen. That could happen. Hyson wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest. Oh, now it's gone right up the other end. Throw into Newcastle. Yeah, I think Hyson could happen. Saliba could happen, but I fancy Saliba to kick up a fuss and leave Arsenal at some point. Real Madrid need a proper centre-half there. Rudiger's not that guy. And, yeah, I mean, Eder Militao, he's had a bad injury. I just get the feeling they're not entirely convinced with Asensio either at centre-back. So, yeah, I think Saliba could be one to watch. I'll keep you updated on the other Premier League games as well while we're at it, while we're watching. Blurry, Real Madrid want the best centre-back. Yeah, Rudiger isn't what he was. Rudiger's fell off, said Callum and Corin. Well, Ipswich have started this game really, really well. I've got to be honest with you. 5 minutes in, it's all Ipswich, to be honest. Had a couple of big chances, one of which came directly from Newcastle, playing about with it at the back. Dan Burn getting it all wrong. It's a poor start from Newcastle. It's a really poor start here. I'm very composed at the back there from Ipswich. It's which of these two is going down? Looking at it, you couldn't tell. You really couldn't tell. Corin, I'm watching the snooker. O'Sullivan winning 1-0. O'Sullivan's going to have it wrapped up again. If anyone's interested. Right, so, yeah, we've got the opening 6 minutes here. Newcastle struggling, I would say. Certainly struggling. Delap's had a good chance just wide. We are still yet to see our first shot on target, mind, but Ipswich have caused Newcastle a few problems in these opening few minutes. Blurry, where do you think Rodrigo goes? To which club? Because Real Madrid is selling him. He might be one for Liverpool, funnily enough. Yeah, I think he might be one we target at Liverpool. We need a right winger. Salah's not going to be around forever. Rodrigo seems a perfect fit. I'd love him at Liverpool. Very, very good player. There's shades of maybe Liverpool, maybe even him going to Italy. I wouldn't bet against that either. Someone like Inter or someone like that. City wants him, so yeah, City need wide players. City need wide players as well. Doku hasn't been right. Grealish hasn't been right. Bayern 2-0. Mainz has scored. Bayern 2-0. Elise has scored against Mainz. Callum, Rodrigo overrated. Couldn't even beat Miles Skelly. Listen, Miles Skelly's a good little player. Cracking player. Wednesday 1, Portsmouth 0. Yeah. No other goals as yet in the Championship. 10 minutes in. I would have thought we'd have had a better start to this. To the Championship games. 1-0 Wigan at Blackpool. Wigan 1, Blackpool 0. And Salford are beating Colchester as well 1-0. Other than that, we've only had like 3 goals in the entire Football League so far in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Harvey Barnes uses Livramento on the overlap, cleared away. That's not good enough, that, from Jacob Murphy. Got to do better there. Got to do much better. Blurry Rodrigo is a left winger. He plays on the right wing, doesn't he? Plays on the right wing. Vinicius left. Mbappe central. Rodrigo right wing. HSH up the town. Can't stand Newcastle. No, let's see. Let's see. As I say, we're 10 minutes in here. I think Ipswich have had the better start. Newcastle don't quite look themselves. Chance here down the right-hand side. Oh, and tell you what, that's a big opportunity. Murphy got in down the right, smashed it across the face of goal. Nobody there to tap it in. That's where you'd expect your Isaacs to be diving in. Blurry, he does, but he isn't good at right wing, and Ancelotti has put him there. So what are you trying to tell me, Blurry, that Real Madrid have 3 left wingers? Mbappe, Vinny and Rodrigo, all left wingers. It's now Newcastle applying all the pressure, cross after cross after cross. And I tell you what, Liam Delap has done terrific there. Liam Delap has done terrific. That's why teams want him. It was all Newcastle. They had Ipswich under the cosh there. They had Ipswich totally and utterly under the cosh. And Liam Delap picks it up on the edge of his own penalty area, turns away, spins away, gets out of a little awkward position, beats off 2 Newcastle defenders, and carries it into his own half and gets Ipswich up the pitch. That's what Liam Delap is so good at. That doesn't translate into goals and assists, but carrying the ball, he's so good at it. He is brilliant at it. Yeah, 1-0 Brighton, just clock that one. Brighton 1, West Ham 0, Southampton 1, Fulham 0. Southampton 1, Fulham 0 as well. Jesus Lord, that's a tough one for me. Preston 0, Plymouth 1. Plymouth are flying. I told you they're going to do something, Plymouth. They're going to stay up. They're going to beat Preston. They're going to beat Leeds on the last day. Come on, Plymouth. Corin clock hasn't stopped for a while. I figured that out. That won't stop anymore. I figured it out. I know it will never stop now. I figured out a little way to keep it going. Blurry, Brighton has just scored. I want West Ham to win because I want Tottenham top 17. Isaac cutting a very frustrated figure there. Who was it who scored for Southampton? It was Jack Stevens off a set piece. Jack Stevens scored for Southampton. That's a blow for Fulham. And it's Ayari. Yassin Ayari has scored for Brighton against West Ham. Jack Hinchelwood with the assist. And Plymouth, by the way, it's Bundu. It's Bundu, the guy who scored 2 against Coventry last weekend, has got another one. Bundu putting Plymouth 1-0 up against Preston. That's a great game for Plymouth. Hopefully they get the result. Here's Delap getting into the area. Shot. Wins a corner for his side. Tell you, Liam Delap is a lot better than I think people give him credit for. I really hope he doesn't end up at United. I hope United go and sign Matheus Cunha and not Liam Delap, because I'm telling you, he's the one they should sign. If I was Man United, I was looking for a centre forward, he is exactly the player I would be going for. Blurry, do you think Tottenham has to be in the top big 6? I don't know what you mean, Blurry. Do I think Tottenham has to be in the top big 6? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean, mate. Sorry. Great goal for Plymouth. Yeah, massive goal. Bundu scoring for Plymouth. Leverkusen 2, Augsburg 0. They're 2-0 up. Obviously, Bayern 2-0 up as well, so it's probably not going to mean very much. That means it's still 8 points separating those teams at the top of the Bundesliga with 3 games left. I think the Bundesliga is pretty much wrapped up now. Leverkusen needed Mainz to get something there. They needed them to go and maybe pick up a point. It's probably the only way it was going to happen. Blurry in the top 6 like Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Man United. Well, Man United aren't in the top 6. I don't know what you mean, though. Do I think they should be, or do I think they will be? We really need Fulham to come back. Southampton 0, Fulham 1. I desperately need Fulham to get something at St Mary's. It'll be the worst thing ever if Fulham drop points there. Because if Fulham can get a win, then they go up to 8th, don't they? They go up to 8th, ahead of Brighton. Before Bournemouth play Man United tomorrow. Yeah, so there's a couple of big chances there. Corin Kane finally going to win a trophy. Yeah, absolutely. Blurry, can't you flipping understand? I don't know what the question was, Blurry. Because Tottenham are shit. So, do I think... The question you asked, word for word, was... For you think Tottenham has to be in the top big 6? Do I think they have to be in the top big 6? Yeah, I guess, yeah, but I don't know what you mean. Do they have to? Probably for them, yeah, and the fans, yeah, I would imagine so. They want to be there, don't they? They've won the 6th most trophies. Have they? Have they? That's not true. Surely Tottenham are not the 6th most successful club in England. I'm not having that. I mean, they're probably not far behind, but I wouldn't have said they were the 6th. I thought it would have been Liverpool, United, Arsenal, probably City not far behind, Villa, and then Forest maybe, or, well, no, definitely not Forest, but you know what I mean. They've won 27 trophies. It's a long time since Spurs have been successful. A long time. It's mad, like, when you think about, like, and I'm not comparing Spurs to these, by the way, because it sounds insulting, but when you look at the most successful English teams of all time, like, the likes of Sunderland and Sheffield Wednesday and Huddersfield are up there as well in terms of league titles, like, so, yeah, I kind of look at it in the frame of modern football. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, United, Tottenham, that's the big 6. Yeah, it was always the big 6 in terms of Sky, wasn't it? And Champions League and being in and around it. But it was never the big 6 just because of trophies, or at least that wasn't my understanding of it. Maybe I'm wrong. Victoria Gonzalez, up the Villa. Should be a good game versus Palace. Yeah, we'll be watching that one later, Victoria. So, again, if you fancy doing a watch along with us, we'll be live for that one later on. Excuse me. Yeah, I was going to say Villa and Everton are not far behind Spurs. I would have always said that Everton and Villa were bigger clubs than Spurs. Without knowing that, I would have said that they were. Corin, I'm pretty sure it's based off success. For sure, I can't wait. We need this trophy. Been long overdue. Yeah, I mean, there's not much in it. I was going to say that between Villa, Everton, and Spurs, they've all won about the same number of trophies. I think there's maybe one in it between them. So there's really not much in it. I guess I just always associate Everton's success being a little bit more recent than Spurs, and Villa's success being bigger by the fact that they won a European Cup, and again probably being a little bit more recent than Spurs' success. So again, Spurs haven't won a league title since the 60s. They did all right in the FA Cup and the League Cup, but again, their success was predominantly kind of in the 60s and 70s. Victoria, I think Villa have won the European and Everton and Spurs haven't. Everton have at least won a Cup Winners' Cup fairly recently, though, and again, I know they've not won anything at all since 1995, so I would say Spurs. Yeah, Spurs and Everton are probably much of a muchness. Maybe Spurs are a touch bigger than Everton, but if you would have asked me off the top of my head who's the bigger club, Spurs or Villa, I would have always leant towards Villa. Blurry, I think Leicester can be in the Big Six because of the Premier League. No, because then if you're going to include Leicester, you've got to include Blackburn. There's just, yeah, and both teams are low down the league. Corin, if Villa win the FA Cup, it'll be great for the club, absolutely. Martinus, any reason why Fulham isn't even on the bench for Fulham? Oh, Robinson, sorry. Any reason why Robinson isn't even on the bench for Fulham? I think he picked up a knock, mate. I think he picked up a knock. There was rumours before the game that he picked up a knock. Victoria, Everton are doing better than Spurs at the minute in the Prem, lol. Spurs have 2 European trophies, pal. No, I know that Spurs have 2 European trophies, and you won the European Europa League or the UEFA Cup as it was back then in the 80s. But what I'm saying is, most of Spurs' success seems concentrated back in kind of the 60s and maybe early 70s, whereas Everton's is a little bit more recent, I would argue. But there's not much between them. I wouldn't have said, like, again, maybe I'm wrong, but if you'd have asked me before this game, who do you think's the bigger club, Everton or Spurs, I'd have probably said Spurs. If you'd asked me who's the bigger club, Spurs or Villa, I would have said Villa. Callum the Copite, Prem Dad supports Spurs. Listen, I'm supporting Spurs in the Europa League. I want Spurs to win it. So I've no problem with Spurs. I would like you to win the Europa League this year. I'm cheering you on, believe me. Cheering you on. Ball into the box from Newcastle. It's gone behind. Oh, there's a bundle there. It's going to be given as a foul. I tell you what, that's soft. That is soft. Bruno Guimaraes there. It should be a goal to Newcastle, this. Should be a goal to Newcastle, this. I tell you what, the Ipswich defender and the goalkeeper are having an absolute Barney there on the line. What happens is the ball gets played in. Bruno Guimaraes goes up for the header. It goes up. It's like, imagine the Jordan Pickford disaster, the Origi goal for Liverpool against Everton. The ball goes up. It's in the 6-yard box and it's smashed up in the air. And the keeper doesn't know what he's doing. He comes out. Oh, I tell you what, that's a goal. That has to be a goal. That should be 1-0 Newcastle. If they get away with this, they've had an absolute disaster. Oh, it stands. Decision, no goal, foul. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Oh, maybe he does actually back into him a little bit. Yeah, maybe in hindsight. I thought that should have been a goal to Newcastle there, I'll be honest. The ball comes down it's out of the clouds. The ball comes down. The keeper's coming out to claim it. And Bruno Guimaraes just stood there. He does kind of back into him a little bit. But he doesn't do anything. His arms are by his side. And Alex Palmer just kind of runs into him. And the ball bounces in off them both. Bruno Guimaraes runs away celebrating, thinking he's got a goal. Referee blows for a foul. Because obviously whenever you touch a goalkeeper these days, it's a foul. I think that's a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to see that given, to be honest. But, yeah, Newcastle could feel a little bit hard done to. Blairy, I hope Manchester United is going to win the league, the Europa League. No, Blairy, not a chance. Victoria Gonzalez, football is so soft compared to football in the 50s. It's not just soft compared to football in the 50s. It's soft compared to football in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. It's just got gradually softer. No skill, Aaron. What was the VAR decision? It was for Newcastle. So the ball came in. It was headed up into the air by the Ipswich defender. It was coming down with snow on it. And the Ipswich goalkeeper came out to try and claim it. Ran into Bruno Guimaraes and the ball ends up bouncing in the net. The referee gives a free kick, a foul on the goalkeeper and a free kick. Bruno Guimaraes runs away celebrating. There is a VAR check. It's been given. No goal. The original referee's decision stands. So it's still 0-0. It's still 0-0. It would have been a Bruno Guimaraes goal. It's cleared up the pitch by Ipswich. 25 minutes in here. Creme de la FM, your commentary is poor. Thanks, mate. Good of you to say. I'll try and do better. Let me know some tips. Let me know what you think I should be doing. Let me know where you think we should go. Corin Wilson, so Guimaraes scored, but it got ruled out. Yes. Blurry, if we lose against Barcelona 5-1 or 4-0 in the final, I will break my FCK phone. Yeah, that might be the way it goes, mate. I think it's going to be a defeat for Real Madrid, almost certainly. We will see. We will see, buddy. We'll be live for it anyway later on. So we'll keep an eye on how that game goes. Newcastle rolling out to the edge of the area. Again, Liam Delap and Jack Clark working really well to get the ball out for Ipswich. Out to Johnson on the right. And Ipswich somehow, inexplicably, run it out of play. Prem Dad's reign supreme. No skill hour and I'm watching cricket. Yeah, no, I can't watch cricket. I don't mind snooker occasionally, but I can't watch the cricket. Newcastle switching it long. It goes straight out of play for a goal kick. Straight out of play for a goal kick. No skill, Aaron. There's loads of sport on today. There's not really anything doing in this one. It's a bit of a poor start to the game, I'll level with you. Oxford 1, Sunderland 0. That's another game that is... Oh, all of these games are really not working for us. All of these games. Javier Swungu, how's your day been, Prem Dad? It's not great, mate, to be honest. Not great. My little girl's been quite poorly. She's had a cough and a bug or tonsillitis or God knows. I don't know what it is, but she's not been well for a good week or two, it feels like. And she's infected us. I'm poorly now, so you can probably tell I don't sound all that great. My voice is giving in. But otherwise, yeah, good, mate. How's yours been? Right, there's a possible red card here for Newcastle Ipswich, checking for violent conduct. I think Sam Morsey has been pulled up for a potential red card. The check is over, so it's not going to be given, but there was a check there for a potential red card on Sam Morsey of Ipswich. It would have been a red to Ipswich, but the ref says no. That's two decisions that have gone to VAR that have already gone in Ipswich's favour. It may have been a Bruno Guimaraes goal ruled out. It may have been a red card to Sam Morsey, and that now has also been checked and cleared. Javier, I'm alright, just been tired, up since 10 AM yesterday. Christ, mate. Go and get yourself to bed. Newcastle pushing forward, the pressure does seem to be building a little bit now. Willock with the cross, it's gone behind for a corner. So, still the only goals in all of the Championship and Premier League games are Sheffield Wednesday 1, Portsmouth 1, Preston 0, Plymouth 1, Oxford 1, Sunderland 0, Southampton 1, Fulham 0, and Brighton 1, West Ham 0. Every other game, still 0-0. They're trying to create a relegation battle. The Prem kids. Go on, lad. Oh, Christ. All right, Xavier. Bloody hell. I'll not read out that chat, but goodness me. Go on, lad. Sandro Tonali getting it all wrong. Ipswich getting their foot on the ball in the middle of the park. Liam Delap has done really well there again. He's been a real standout player for Ipswich today and all season, hasn't he? Let's be honest. He's it's really good again by Ipswich. Here's Johnson. Oh, there's a chance, and that's a foul. That's a foul and a yellow card. That has to be. Oh, ref. Is he giving him a yellow card for diving? Oh, I tell you what, he got that all wrong there, referee. Ben Johnson skipped past Dan Burn. That might have been a red card. Let's have a look. Ben Johnson knocks it past him. No, it is. It's a dive. It's a dive. I'm sorry. I apologise. Ben Johnson knocks it past him. He's anticipating that Dan Burn will foul him. And Dan Burn pulls his leg away. And it's a total and utter dive from Ben Johnson. That's not good. That is really not good. Wolves have just scored 1-0. Yeah, Wolves 1, Leicester 0. Who is it who scored? Who is it who scored for them? Cunha. It's that man Cunha. Matthias Cunha. 1-0 for Wolves. The United GOAT. I can't wait. I can't wait for this summer. This summer is going to be so good. We're going to do these transfer shows throughout the summer. And we're going to be talking about this stuff all. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. Because I think a lot of the players who United are targeting, they're not even going to end up at United. Oh, it's going to be a giggle. Come on, Fulham. I desperately need a Fulham goal. And I need a Sunderland goal as well. Sunderland are on course to lose their 4th game in a row. They got beat away at Sunderland, beat away at Swansea, beat away at Bristol City, beat by Blackburn. They're now about to be beaten by Oxford United. Sunderland are going to fall away in the Championship if they're not careful. Ipswich getting into the area there, and Ciso skies it. Not good enough. Not good enough. Ait Nori with the assist. No skill, Aaron. Have you seen the Ayari goal? I haven't, no. They usually show it on here, to be honest. They usually show the other goals as they go in, but they haven't today. So yeah, no, I've not seen the Ayari goal. Xavier, has this game been good or shocking? It's not been vintage. Yeah, it's not been vintage. Delap here carrying the ball forward. That's really smart play. And Ciso, that's good from him. Comes back out for Ipswich. Yeah, Delap and Ciso and Clark have looked quite lively for Ipswich up at the top end. But Newcastle, they're just getting their foot on it in the final third, and they've had a couple of chances of their own. That's much better from Tonali, and that's a foul to Newcastle. That guy Jack, imagine Southampton beat Fulham. I know, mate. Don't, because I've got pretty much every bet riding on Fulham to get at least a draw in that one. Xavier, are you watching my team later? going to the final. I am. We're going to do Palace against Villa. Yeah, that's straight after this one. So as soon as this game finishes, we'll switch over to the FA Cup for Palace against Villa, and then once that one's done, we're going to do Real Madrid against Barcelona in the Clásico, in the final of the Copa del Rey. Harvey Barnes gets into the area, great ball in. Oh, and Isak has to score. Isak has to score. He absolutely has to score. That's poor. Poor from Alexander Isak. Free header, 6 yards out. Harvey Barnes puts it on a plate, doesn't even get it on target. Not paying 150 million for that, my mate. Not a chance. Reese, favourite fruit? Orange is a solid fruit, I'll be honest. Yeah, my favourite would probably be the Satsuma. Chance. Oh, he's missed another one. He's missed another one, Isak. You're not getting 150 million for him. You're not getting 150 million for him. Murphy and Harvey Barnes have just put 2 on a plate for him inside 60 seconds. And he's put both of them over the bar. Both of them over the bar. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not a lover of an orange just because of the pips and the seeds. But Satsumas and tangerines, as long as they're seedless, beautiful. Yeah, poor. Really poor that from Alexander Isak. 2 good chances for Newcastle. They should probably be ahead in this one. Oh, that's not good. Dan Burn gives it off. Here's Delap. Jack Clark carrying it forward. Delap with the shot from distance. Straight into Nick Pope's hands. Long ball over the top. Here's Jacob Murphy. Murphy with the ball in. It's cleared away. And Ciso chasing down Dan Burn. Here's Brennan Johnson. Oh, and he's just dragged Isak back there. Oh, and he's off. Second yellow. I tell you what. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know what? It's a red card. It's a red card there for Ben Johnson. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Ben Johnson was booked 5 minutes ago for a dive, right? And it was a dive. I didn't think it was at first, but it was a dive. He went down. He got a yellow card for that. No problem at all. He's just got a second booking 5 minutes later. And again, it's a cynical foul. You know, Isak spins away from him. Let's just watch it back. He gets hold of him. Yeah, look. He's on a yellow card. He grabs hold of Isak. But I don't think you give a second yellow for that. I'm sorry. I think a referee should be going over to players and saying to him at that point, listen, 2 fouls now. You had your dive before, and you've just done that one. That now is it for you. That is it. I don't think you do that. You can't be sending players off for 2 yellow cards for that. You can't. You absolutely can't. I'm sorry. That's madness. I don't think that should be a red card. But there you go. Newcastle 0, Ipswich 0, Ipswich down to 10 men. And now this should be an absolute waltz for Newcastle. Harvey Barnes puts it behind. Caleb 26 DCFC absolutely bricking it right now. Luton 1 and Derby Hull is still 0-0. Yeah. And Derby play. Who have you got? You've got Hull on the last. Not Hull. Who have you got on the last day of the season? Derby. Corin looks like O'Sullivan's about to make it 3-0. Tion, how is the game being? Well, it's Ipswich have just gone down to 10 men. Tion. Ipswich have just gone down to 10 men. A second yellow card for Ben Johnson. I don't think he deserved it, to be honest. I don't like players getting sent off for 2 fouls. That to me seems excessive. Referees shouldn't be sent. There's got to be a necessity factor to be sending players off for that. But look, it's 0-0. Newcastle are now applying all the pressure. Isak has missed a couple of big chances. Ipswich missed a very big chance in probably the first 5 minutes of the game. So I just feel like that sending off now has ruined the game. Harvey Barnes clears it away by Ipswich. That's a foul on the edge of the area. Yeah, that's a mad decision from the referee. I don't like that. Do not like that at all. Javier, so what you doing? Best team in the world transfer news this summer then? No, we'll just be doing transfer shows. So once the season's ended, Jack Clark's coming off here for Ipswich. Who's bringing on? They're bringing on Godfrey. Ben Godfrey is coming on to cover for Ben Johnson on that right-hand side. Ipswich are just going to sit back now and try and get the point. Tion, who do you think's going to win? I think Newcastle will get the win now. Because they've got 10 men to face for the last hour of the game, there or thereabouts. You know, it's going to be difficult, I think, for Ipswich to hold out. Javier, Aston Villa, you're doing best team in the world transfer. Yeah, we'll be doing transfer rumours about all teams. We'll do transfer shows. Corin, what about the Club World Cup? Yeah, we will still of course do the Club World Cup. We're doing the Club World Cup. We'll do some pre-season games. We'll be doing lives talking about transfer rumours, transfer shows, predicted lineups, predictions for next season. We'll do all that over the summer. So there's still loads going on. But there's a month of football left yet. That's great football by Newcastle. Oh, and it should be... Oh, unlucky. Should have been 1-0 to Newcastle there. O'Shea getting it away. Willock getting into the box. Ultimately, it was a ball down the right-hand side. Lovely bit of football by Bruno Guimaraes. He puts Willock in. Willock knocks it across the face of goal. It's all a bit scrappy. The keeper dives. Nobody really gets a touch on it, and then it's smashed behind by O'Shea. Newcastle with the corner, sent to the far post, cleared away. Another Newcastle corner. Pressure's building here. Corin, you should do some injury shows talking about clubs' injuries. We might do. Yeah, we might do. We've got loads of time, haven't we, over the summer? We've got, June and July is going to be pretty much dead in terms of football. So, yeah, we'll see what we can get hold of. We'll probably do some pre-season games as well. Oh, it's cleared away. Newcastle again. Ipswich living very dangerously here. That's wonderful play by Enciso. Should be a foul. Oh, and he's getting nothing. This referee has really got it in for Ipswich today. He's really got it in for Ipswich today. Willock, chance, off the line by Ipswich. Oh, they are really, really struggling here. And I tell you what, the referee... the referee are now screaming at the referee to... Sorry, the Ipswich are now screaming at the referee to check for a potential red card on Enciso. There's a ball. It's just loads of balls into the box here from Newcastle now. They just keep popping the balls in, and they're expecting, Wolfenden and Godfrey, and it was Wolfenden who actually puts the ball over the bar, over his own crossbar from on the line. No, it's not a Newcastle red card. There was a check. There still is a check for something. Tonali on Enciso for a potential elbow. He's not getting that. He's not getting that. But VAR did have a look. Tonali with an elbow on Enciso. But it's not been approved. So it's still 0-0. Still with Ipswich a man down. But it's getting feisty, this one. It's getting feisty. Oh, and there's a yellow card here for Delap and Dan Burn. Right, this referee has lost all control of this game. This referee has lost all control. Dan Burn and Delap are just having a little bit of a push and a shove on corners. There's nothing going on here. Delap and Byrne are having a bit of a shove and a push on corners. The ref has gone like that. Stopped taking the corner to Bruno Guimaraes. Walked over to both of them and gone, yellow card for you, yellow card for you. He has lost control of this game, the referee. Who is this referee? Who is he? There's a claim for a penalty now. Dan Byrne being wrestled down to the floor in the penalty area by, you guessed it, Liam Delap. So switch over to the far side. Jacob Murphy, ball into the box. Chance, Isak, he's smashed it wide. Somehow it ends up back at the feet of Murphy. Tonali, off the crossbar. Oh, and off the line. Oh, this is just chaos here. This is absolute chaos here at the back. How has it stayed out? How has it stayed out? It's just endless. It's just wave after wave of Newcastle attack. Jacob Murphy puts the ball into the box. Stood up. Isak cleared away. Oh my God. Tion, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. It's a ball into the box again. Here's Murphy, far post, cleared away, throw into Newcastle on the far side. There's 1 minute left to half time. This has been an unbelievable first half. Oh, there's a claim for a penalty there. The claim for a penalty there, and Ciso says no. All the Newcastle players surrounding the ref. They are screaming for a penalty. They are absolutely screaming for a penalty. And Ciso's not interested. He's walking away. He's walking away. There's going to be a check. There's going to be a check here. The ref's just doing the whole. I'm just waiting. Just waiting. Let's see. Ball into... That's not a penalty. You're not getting a penalty for that. You're not getting a penalty for that. It was a slight pull back. The ball's going into the feet of Jacob Murphy. It's a slight pull back from Enciso. You're not getting a pen for that. Not getting a pen for that. No chance. And I tell you what, if they do get a pen for that, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Tion, I love your videos, but I'm Newcastle. That's okay, mate. We've got fans from all clubs in here. Fans from all clubs. I think Newcastle will win this, but I think the referee has ruined the game here. I don't think that's a penalty, and I don't think that it should have been a red card for Ipswich. It's not been a particularly good start to the game for the referee, and I think he's ruined it, to be honest. VAR has reviewed it and decided no penalty. No. Oh, no, he is. He's going to go and check it. He's going to go and check it. Oh, come on. This is madness now. This is absolutely madness. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The referee's going to give this. It's going to be a penalty to Newcastle, bang on half-time. And they're going to score. And they're going to go 1-0 up at half-time. The game's going to be done and dusted. This isn't a penalty. This is not a penalty. It's not. It's not. It's soft. It's soft. It's, to be honest, it might even be outside the area. It's soft. You can't give two decisions like that. Honestly, if I'm Kieran McKenna, I am absolutely raging with that. I am raging. And you know another thing as well? Isak is going to score here, probably, from the penalty. And he's been crap. He's been absolutely crap all game. He's missed 2 or 3 sitters, Isak. He's give the penalty. That's a disgusting decision. It's a disgusting decision. Absolutely disgusting. I'm not a Newcastle fan. I'm not an Ipswich fan. That is the wrong decision. It's a difficult one to take, that one, for Ipswich. Very, very difficult. Oh, is the ref going to book Enciso as well? No. That's poor. That's very, very poor from the referee. Hey, and I'll never, ever, ever let Newcastle fans try and tell me that the top 6 get, big decisions. They get all the big decisions. Absolute nonsense. They've had a red card for Ipswich and a penalty for the softest of things. Absolutely outrageous. But Isak has taken 5 penalties for Newcastle. The only one that he's missed was to the keeper's left. Every other one went to the keeper's right. So I would assume he will go to the keeper's right. Tion, how is the penalty? It's Isak. He's going to score it, mate. He's going to score it. It's a penalty. He's just about to step up and take it. And he goes left, funnily enough, but it's 1-0. 1-0 Newcastle, there you go. 1-0. There you go. Isak puts Newcastle 1-0 up, and a man up, of course. And in a game that should have only had 1 minute of added on time, we're now we're in the 50th minute of the game. The referee hasn't even blown up. It wasn't a penalty. It was not a penalty. It wasn't a penalty, and it was never a red card. It was never, ever, ever a red card. Sean D, backup Ipswich fan here, never a pen. Mate, Liverpool fan. I haven't got any skin in the game. No skin in the game. It was never a red, and it was never a pen. The referee has absolutely done Ipswich here. He has done you. HT14, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan. But as people will tell you in the chat, we watch absolutely everyone here. Championship games, League One games, we've done watch-alongs of all of them over the weekend. We're doing Premier League games now, and we did the early one, Chelsea-Everton. We're doing the FA Cup in a couple of hours, Palace against Villa. And then straight after that, we're doing the El Clasico, Barcelona against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final. So, yeah, Liverpool fan, but this isn't just a Liverpool channel at all. It's a football channel. If you love football, give me a follow. Because if there's a game on, chances are we are live. Nobody streams more games than Premier League Dad. Ronnie edits, Man United or Man City? Who do you like more? Oh, that's tough. Hate the pair of them. If you'd have asked me when I was a kid, it would have been pre-takeover. I actually quite liked Manchester City. Now they are making me almost begrudgingly respect Manchester United. So yeah, I don't love either of them for obvious reasons. It's half time. Alexander Isak's penalty separating the two sides, but just a crazy performance from the referee. I have no idea what's going on. Sean, I cannot wait for the Championship, no VAR, and a more competitive league. Yeah. Unbelievable. What we've just witnessed there. HT14, name a football player for an edit. Okay. Hyson. Dean Hyson. Do us one on Dean Hyson. Tion, this ref is bad. Yeah, it's been a bad performance from the referee. An odd performance, I've got to say. Corin, I don't like that Nico O'Reilly. I bet you don't, because he scored against you the other week. I really like him. I think he's a great player. Very good player. Yusuf Delort was injured for the rest of the season. Well, that's no big loss, is it? Manchester United don't like Delort at the best of times. But there you go. All 4 Premier League games at 3 o'clock. All 1-0 to the home side. Brighton 1, West Ham 0. Southampton 1, Fulham 0. Wolves 1, Leicester 0. And here at St James's Park, Newcastle 1, Ipswich 0. Plus Ipswich down to 10 men with Ben Johnson sent off for 2 yellow cards. 2 fouls. 2 fouls, 2 yellow cards. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Sean, can't wait till June. Ipswich hosting Fabio Wardley boxing fight. Right, okay. Tion, who's the best football player ever? Probably Messi. Yeah, you'd have to say. Probably Messi. But that's not my favourite player. It's not my favourite player. I've never seen a player like Steven Gerrard, so I'm obviously biased. I'm biased. James, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, James. I'm a Liverpool fan. I have no skin in the game with this one, but there's absolutely no... And you said that Isak is the best player ever. Listen, Isak has had an absolute shocker in this game. He's missed 2 or 3 sitters. Poor performance from the referee that's got Newcastle 1-0 up here. This should be 0-0 at half-time, and it should be 11v11. But it's a mad performance from the referee. It wasn't a penalty and it wasn't a red card. Sean, then Ed Sheeran concert in July for 3 nights at the stadium. Nice. I still find it mad that Ed Sheeran sponsors Ipswich. Liverpool Legends 12v10. Yeah, it is 12v10, isn't it? 12v10. The referee and Newcastle against Ipswich. It's just been a mad game. Corin, is Hyson English or Spanish? He's Spanish. I think he's of Dutch origin. You can tell that by his surname, but I think he was born in Holland and moved to Spain when he was very, very young. So he plays for Spain's national team, probably considers himself Spanish, but he's got an English accent, hasn't he? Sean, his last year as a sponsor, as he's moving to America, he has a house up the road from me. Wow, okay. There you go. Christ, if he's got a house up the road from you, he must be doing all right. Corin, did you rate Fabio Carvalho at Liverpool? No. He never kicked on at Liverpool, and he was always a bit of a whinge bag as well. It felt like we heard more from him than we needed to. That's always the frustration with players. When they want games of football, you should be hearing nothing from them. They should be doing the talking with the feet. And it just felt like every 5 minutes we was hearing Carvalho and his agent talk about how he's not getting games and whatever. Yusuf, do you think Camason will know about dealing with Nico Williams? Camason? Who's Camason? Is this the Arsenal director of football? Sean, I heard Delap might stay and Hurst off to a Scottish scene. No, Delap's not staying at Ipswich, mate. He's so good. You could see that from the first half here. He's a difference maker, Delap. I think he'll leave and he'll be playing he'll be playing Premier League football next season. Tion, do you think Alexander Isak is going to leave Newcastle to go to Arsenal? No, I don't think he's going to leave Newcastle to go to Arsenal. If he does leave Newcastle, then I think it'll probably be for a Madrid or a team that has a history of success. Let's say a recent history of success. I don't think he'd leave Newcastle for Arsenal. He might leave Newcastle for Liverpool. You know, City don't need a centre forward, but he might leave Newcastle for Liverpool. He might leave Newcastle for Barcelona, maybe. With Lewandowski getting on, he might leave Newcastle for Bayern if Kane goes. There's rumours about that. And he might leave Newcastle for maybe Real Madrid if they decide to, as we've heard, sell Rodrigo and have Vinicius and Mbappe on the wings. So that would be a hell of a front three, wouldn't it? Mbappe, Vinicius and Isak. Joe Kelly, thanks for following, mate. Appreciate that. Ben, good to see you. How you doing? Mario Brand, mate, the ref is having a murr here. Yeah, that's all we've been talking about, Mario. Honestly, that's all we've been talking about in this first half. The referee has had an absolute stinker. I think he got the sending off all wrong. The sending off was ridiculous. It was never, ever, ever 2 bookings for that. You can't be giving 2 bookings for that, and I don't think you can give a penalty for that either. The referee has thoroughly ruined this game, and if ever any example was needed of how a referee can change a game, this is one of them. Yusuf, he is Man United's right back under 17. So you're asking me if Man United's right back from the under 17s will know about dealing with Nico Williams? He's not going to be playing against Nico Williams, mate. It's going to be Dorgu at right back and probably Harry Amas on the left. Dorgu is the one who gets moved to right back. No skill, Aaron. Just put the Isaac Hattie in the bag for my FPL. Yeah, because Nico is injured. Nico is not injured. Nico and Sunset will both play. You're just clinging on. But listen, I'd probably do the same as you. 42. I'd probably be I'd be clinging on as well. If I thought my team had a chance, I'd be clinging on to every possibility I could. Oh yeah, he's injured. Their star player's injured. There's no way Man United are going through against Bilbao. El Guccio Darascal, UTW, 6 wins in 6. What's UTW? Up the whites? Up the whites? Yusuf Nico Williams is left wing. Yeah, so if he's left wing, he'll be playing against the right back, and the right back will be Dorgu. If it's not Delo, it'll be Dorgu. Or Mazraoui, but probably Dorgu. No skill Aaron, my mate Cherky. We've seen it. Wolves, what about Wolves? Yeah, exactly. Wolves, yeah. Dorgu played at right back, Harry Amas at left back. That's probably what's going to happen. Tion, who do you think is better, Harvey Barnes or Anthony Gordon? That's not a serious question, surely. Anthony Gordon's by far the better player. Harvey Barnes has not been brilliant this season. Harvey, how many? What's Harvey Barnes' numbers like? This season he's on 9 goals, 4 assists. Last season, 5 goals, 3 assists. So he's been marginally better this season, of course. But if you look at Anthony Gordon, I just wonder whether Anthony Gordon has been dropped because they know he's going to leave this summer. Because to be honest, Anthony Gordon's got about as many goals and assists this season as Harvey Barnes has. But last season he had 21 in 35. So when Harvey Barnes is on it, when Gordon's on it, Harvey Barnes is nowhere near as good as Anthony Gordon. Ben, Wolves should be commended for their turn of form since O'Neill left. Yeah, absolutely. Yusuf, Delap or Cunha? For United, I think if Man United were to go and get Delap, they would be a better side next year than if they had Cunha. Cunha, I think, is the better player, but I think Manchester United would be they would be making a horrendous mistake if they didn't go and get Liam Delap and make him the absolute top priority. Liam Delap's had a really good game here. He's got Ipswich up the pitch. NUFC Owen, thank you for the follow. Tion, I think Man U actually might win the Europa League. I can't see it. They're not beating Bilbao. You've got to remember, mate, they conceded, 6 goals? 6 goals to a 10-man Lyon side. And we talk about France being a farmers' league. They conceded 6 goals to a Lyon side that have 10 men for a big chunk of it. And Bilbao have the best defence in all of La Liga. They concede fewer goals than Barca and Real Madrid. Ernesto Valverde is a tactical genius. I absolutely believe that Bilbao will go through in that one. We're just coming up to the second half here now. Oxford are 2-0 up now against Sunderland. Hellick scored. That is bad. The Mackems are getting beat. Newcastle fans are in dreamland. Besai, do you think Delap would do well at a top club in the Prem? I don't think he'll go to a top club, let's say. I don't think he's going to go to an Arsenal or a Liverpool, because I think both of those clubs need slightly better from their starting centre-forward if they have hopes of winning the Premier League next year. I think he could go to a Chelsea, but I would be a little bit disappointed if he did, because again, I think Chelsea are going to keep Nicholas Jackson, and I don't think he would get in ahead of Nicholas Jackson as often as he should do. Same with Manchester United. I think he would get in at United. He would walk into that United side, and he would be the starting centre-forward every time. I just don't know if he will go to United, because they need players who... I don't know if he's going to be a good fit for Amorim. And I also think that United have this delusion of grandeur in their head that they're going to win the Europa League, and when they win it and they have Champions League football next season, they can attract better players than Delap. So they're not going to prioritise him. But I think if they went to Delap right now and said, you're our number one target, we want you next year, he would go to United, because I know he would get starting games there. But I don't think that's going to happen. So it's the same with Newcastle and Chelsea. You know, there's rumours Newcastle were looking at Delap as well. He's not going to go there unless Isak leaves, which is possible, I guess. Yusuf, there are many sources that say that Osimhen and Delap are the best option. Yeah, again, United are going to have lots and lots of signings targeted, but until they decide what's happening with the Europa League, if they don't win the Europa League, those targets all change. Beside, thank you for the follow. You're definitely worth a follow. You talk sense. Oh, thanks, mate. I don't a lot of the time, but I try to. Tion, I don't really think Newcastle really need Liam Delap. No, I would agree with that. I don't think they need him, but if you're getting rid of Isak, then you probably do need a Liam Delap. Liam Delap would be a great replacement for Alexander Isak. If you went and got, say, 100 million for Isak, and then you went out and got Delap and Burmo, and maybe put a little bit extra and went and got Jared Branthwaite, maybe, or Quivine Kelleher, I think Newcastle's a better team. They're a better team then if they get rid of Isak and replace with 3 or 4 really top players like that. NCI EC, thank you for the follow. Mind your own, Delap can come Villa, Watkins can go. That might be one to watch. Yeah. Rashford go back to United, Watkins moves on, and Liam Delap goes to Villa. That, I actually think you might be right, you know, mind your own. I think you might be right there. Yusuf, if we win the Europa League, many targets will be here. Yeah, but only if you win it. If you don't win it, everything changes. The mini chip. Nice to see the refs giving Newcastle a helping hand. They've given more than a helping hand, mate. It's been a ridiculous refereeing performance. An absolutely ridiculous refereeing performance. We're underway here again. Tion, if they sound like Callum Wilson and Osula, I think we need Liam Delap. NCI EC, who do you think wins Europa League? I think Spurs. Or Bilbao. Yeah. Spurs will get to the final. And I just wonder... I have said for months now, I've said it from day dot that I think Bilbao will win it because it's at San Mamés. It's at home at San Mamés. They'll be basically playing a final at home. And I think for that reason they will win it. I really think they'll win it. So I'm hoping so. I am certainly hoping that that Bilbao do it. But I would quite like Spurs to do it as well. This ref's dodgy. Lewis sounds like someone is rattled. Who? Rattled about what? I don't know what you mean. Rattled about what? Are you a Newcastle fan? Are you a United fan? You got to be clearer, mate. You got to be clearer, Lewis. Ben, we've seen teams lose European finals at their home ground. Bayern 2012. Yeah, no, of course. But I think if they did get to the final, I'm not sure Spurs would be the team to beat them at San Mamés. Crimea River. I'm not a fan of Justin Timberlake, mate. I'm not a fan. You'll have to let me know a little bit more about what you're going on about, because you're talking broken biscuits at the moment, young Lewis. Ball into the box from Newcastle here. Isak. It's all Newcastle, as you'd expect again. Do Spurs get UCL if won? Yeah, if anyone, any of them, if United or Spurs or Bodo Glimt, if any of them were to win it, then yes, they get the Champions League. Custom Keyrings, hello pal, LFC 20 times, Keyrings flying out. Nice, well done mate. Good luck with that. If anyone does want any nice keyrings, I don't get anything for it, by the way. I'm not looking for anything for it, but go and have a look at Custom Keyrings. Seems to have a nice few numbers there, if anyone fancies anything like that. Mind your own, this is how it's going down. Arsenal bottle the Champions League and Spurs win the Europa. I'd love that. I would love that. Yeah, I would absolutely love that. Because it would proper rage Spurs fans, wouldn't it? Oh, sorry, United fans and Arsenal fans, if Spurs were to somehow win that Europa League. And I quite like Ange. I really do. Quite like him. Ben, I agree. Bilbao will win. Just over the bar there from Harvey Barnes. Tion, nice shirt in the background. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. I'm going to be changing them all round because I've got bloody hundreds of them. So for next season, we're going to have a different set of 8 shirts behind me. And those 8, I don't know, I might give them away to followers, assuming we keep growing as we are. You know, I'm only 4 months into this channel. We're very, very new. We stream football matches and watch-alongs every single day. All teams, Premier League, Champions League, Championship, Serie A, Coppa Italia, whatever. So if you like football, if you love football, make sure you give us a follow. If there's a football match live, chances are so are we. So mind your own. After Ange's terrible league position, he needs something to save his job. Yeah, and he always says he wins something in his second year, doesn't he? NCI ISY, who do you think will get Champions League? It's so difficult to predict. I think it's going to be the current top 5, to be honest. I think Forest miss out. I think Newcastle get it. I think City get it. And I think Chelsea get it. And I think Forest and Villa miss out. That's my gut take at the minute. I might be wrong. I'd quite like Chelsea to miss out. I'd quite like City to miss out. And Villa and Forest to get it instead with Newcastle. But I don't think they will. No, I don't think they will. I think Chelsea will probably just about get it done in the end. Tion, watching your videos 2 months ago. Thanks, mate. Well, like I say, I'm putting more videos out every single day. Difficult to balance it at the minute because my little girl's been poorly and I've been poorly. But yeah, there's more videos coming out tomorrow and we're live again. Three games tomorrow night. We've got 4 games tonight that we're streaming. 3 games tomorrow. Mason, thank you for the follow. What team do you actually support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Mason. Liverpool fan. I've supported Liverpool for 30 years. Been all over the world watching Liverpool, home and away. Been to big Champions League semi-finals. I've been to cup finals. Been all over the world watching them. And now I watch them from home. because I'm a dad. And when you get to be a dad, you're skint. You're absolutely skint. You spend all your money on your kids and your wife. So I can't afford going to the match anymore. NCI ISY, do you think we will get second? Who's this? Newcastle? No, I don't think Newcastle gets second. No, absolutely not. English, Oxford United. Oi, oi. Oxford battering Sunderland as it stands at the minute. Absolutely smashing him. Bayern are 3-0 up against Mainz, by the way. Eric Dyer, of all people, has just scored. Watford scoring as well at Ewood Park. They're ahead against Blackburn. Millwall beating Swansea as well. That's an interesting one at the top of the Championship because Millwall now, I tell you what, with Borough dropping points, Borough are currently 0-0. And Millwall, believe it or not, Millwall might well get into the playoffs to come up to the Premier League here. Everyone's worst nightmare might be about to be really, might be about to be whatever the word is I'm going for, because Millwall are literally on the cusp of those Premier League places. Coventry play Borough on the last day of the season. If Millwall can somehow get a win away at Turf Moor, I know it's difficult, but if Millwall can get a win away at Turf Moor on the last day of the season, 12:30 next week, I think that's the game to watch, you know. Burnley at home at Turf Moor against 7th placed Millwall. A Burnley win may secure them the title. A Millwall win may get them into the playoffs and potentially into the Premier League. Oh my goodness me, can you imagine the den? Do you imagine the den in the Premier League? Whew. O'Sullivan's won. Josh, who do you reckon wins the Ballon d'Or? I think Salah should win it. I think he should win it, but I expect he won't. Something tells me that it'll probably go to, I don't know, maybe to... It's all political, isn't it? It's all political. So you can't really say. It's not based on who the best player is. Often it's just about who the most marketable is and all these different things. So it wouldn't surprise me if it went to Harvey Barnes with the shot there. It really wouldn't surprise me if it... Oh, Livramento. Poor. Sorry. Newcastle have got all the pressure here. It's in the Ipswich box. They've got every single player back in their own box here, Ipswich. And they've cleared it away. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Vinny. There's no way that Vinicius wins it after winning nothing with Real Madrid. Salah could get it, assuming Liverpool have won the Premier League and, you know, he's broken the Premier League record. That would be a massive thing. Barcelona, you know, Rafinha, maybe Yamal, maybe someone like that, maybe Pedri could, at a push, get it. If Barcelona were to win the Champions League and La Liga, that's infinitely possible. Wolves 2, Leicester 0. I don't think Arsenal will if they were to get into the Champions League. Who else is there in the Champions League? PSG. So maybe Dembele. Yeah, it just feels like there's a dearth of talent in that Champions League. In that Ballon d'Or running. Feels like there's no immediately obvious shout anymore. So yeah, I would guess Salah. Charlie Johnson should have never, ever gotten sent off. I agree. Yeah, absolutely agree with you. It was a mad decision from the referee. It was baffling, to be honest. Absolutely baffling how that was given as a red card. It should never, ever have been given as a red. Jacob Murphy smashed up into the air. To be honest, it's all Newcastle. It's all going to be Newcastle this entire second half now. And there you go. Christ, it was a corner and Dan Burns just smashed it in. It was a bit of a calamity on the goal line. But Dan Burn has made it 2-0 to Newcastle. There you go. Newcastle down. Ipswich down. Ipswich are down. Dan Burn with the goal. Charlie, ref is useless. The ref's had a shocker today. He has had an absolute shocker. He has had an absolute shocker. But it was never a penalty and it was never a second yellow card to Ben Johnson. The referee's ruined the game today. But that's not the reason that Ipswich have gone down, to be absolutely clear. Ipswich haven't been at it all season. They haven't been at it all season. They've not been robust enough. They've not been pragmatic enough. They've been far too naive, I think, defensively at times. And they've paid the price. They've paid the price. I think the goalkeeper situation for Ipswich not being sorted in the summer has cost them. I think if Palmer had maybe come in earlier in the season, maybe at the start of the season, then they might not be in this position. Because the whole goalkeeper situation with Walton and Muric, it was all gone wrong. It had all gone wrong. Muric and Walton are not Premier League goalkeepers, and they made howler after howler after howler until Palmer got brought back in. Liam Delap driving forward for Ipswich though. He's still the one to watch. Charlie's cost us about 8 points, I think. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's Strand Larsen with the goal for Wolves, by the way, the second goal. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I think if you had a more solid, reliable goalkeeper in there, then you might have been able to stay up, or certainly made more of a fight of it. Kishan Nanda, hating Newcastle. Thank you for the follow, by the way. It's going to be a very, very long second half, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Harvey Barnes driving forward. Keeper comes out and smothers. This is just going to be all one-way traffic now for Newcastle and Ipswich. Lineups for the cup game are out. Right, yeah, let's take a quick look at them. Why not? FA Cup, here we go. Palace against Aston Villa. Lineups are in goal, Dean Henderson. Then it's Eze. Sorry, they've given him obviously in the wrong. I hate when they do that. They've got Henderson in goal. Then it's Mitchell at left back. It's Richards, Lacroix, and Gueye. That's a big plus to have those back. Richards, Lacroix, and Gueye at centre back, with Munoz at right back. Into midfield, it's Kamada with Wharton. And then it's Sarr, Eze, and Mateta up front. Kamada in that midfield, I am not sure about. I'm really not sure about. For Villa, it's Martinez in goal, Matty Cash right back, with Konza, Torres, and Digne on the other side. Midfield of Kamara, McGinn, and Tielemans, with a front three of Rodgers, Watkins, and Asensio. Again, that's an odd lineup, That's an odd lineup. They've got Bailey, Barkley, Garcia, Matson, Marlon Mings, Olsen, Onana, and Ramsey. No Rashford at all. Is Rashford cup tied or something? Rashford can't even play. Rashford can't even play. Why is he not in the squad? No Rashford. Mad. And then, yeah, Palace. Palace have got Chilwell, Klein, Devaney, Esse, Will Hughes, Jefferson Lerma, Joel Ward, Matt Turner, and Eddie Nketiah on the bench. User not found 600. I really don't rate that Cash. I don't mind Matty Cash. He's okay. I don't think he's... If Villa are looking to improve this summer, I don't think Matty Cash is necessarily the first starting point. Let's say that. I think there's a number of players they could probably go and get before that. Janet McHugh, Toon. Oh, Murphy knocking it back in. Comes out to Livramento. Here's Harvey Barnes on the far side. Corin, do you like Neil Maupay? No. Not as a player. Love him as a person though. For what he did. For the Everton bants. No skill Aaron, Rashi played last FA Cup game, so available to play. Yeah, I thought that. So why has Rashford been left out? It's an odd decision that, isn't it? No Rashford, not even on the bench. No Rashford even on the bench. Callum, what are we laughing at? What are we laughing at? Tion, do you want Newcastle to go to the Champions League? I don't mind. Tion. I guess so, yeah. I haven't got a problem with Newcastle in the Champions League. I would probably rather Newcastle in it than City or Chelsea. Great shot, just wide there from Jacob Murphy. Yeah, I ain't got a massive problem with Newcastle being in the Champions League. I would, if I'm dead honest, if I'm super honest, I would have much rather seen maybe Forest, Villa, and one of Fulham or Brighton or Bournemouth or someone like that make that top five. I would have much rather seen some more interlopers into that top five. Instead, yeah, we're going to see the three oil chic clubs, you know, City, Chelsea, and Newcastle. So I don't like it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I would much rather see those three teams dropping down the league. No Skill Aaron United are going to be there as well, don't forget. I'm not going to see you after these go out next week, or whenever it is, couple of weeks. 8th of May, isn't it? 8th of May. We're only going to know you for another 2 weeks, aren't we? 8th of May, that's the last time we'll see you. We'll never see you again. United will go out against Bilbao, and that'll be it. We'll never see you again. Until maybe next season, you might pop up again. You'll pop up around August time, and it'll be, oh yeah, we're going to win the league this year. We've signed we've signed Cunha and Omari Hutchinson from Ipswich. He's an unbelievable player. Corin, I don't really like Newcastle, to be honest. I don't mind Newcastle as a club, I really don't. I just don't like the whole sports washing thing. Yeah, I would rather countries didn't own clubs. Oh, that's much better there from Ipswich and much better from the keeper, but Newcastle win it back. This could be a cricket score, this, if Newcastle get their act together. Isaac, do something. Ooh, we've signed Delap. We're winning the treble. Yeah, that's it. Exactly that, Reese. Exactly that. They're gonna be full of themselves again, because they don't. It doesn't take long. They'll suffer the defeat against Bilbao, and it'll all change again very quickly. Oh, Isaac, off the line and behind for a corner. I don't even think it was Isaac, was it? It was Joe Willock, actually, who gets the header in. Dan Burn back across the face of goal. Willock heads it on target. It's going in. It's cleared behind. It's a corner to Newcastle here. 65th minute of the game. No Skill Aaron. Cunha is going to take us to glory. Tion, I really like Isaac, but he's not really doing anything. I think the thing is with Isaac, yeah, if he doesn't get Anthony Gordon and Lewis Miley coming on here, if Isaac doesn't get any service, you don't really see him through the game. And you can't have that from your centre-forward. You need a centre-forward, especially at the top level. You need a centre-forward that can drop in and, make runs from deep and can kind of do things of his own. Isaac just doesn't. He has done that sometimes. He just doesn't do enough of it, I don't think. Not to be considered a striker worth 150 million, for God's sake. So that would be my concern. If Liverpool went and paid that sort of money for him, my immediate concern would be he's going to have to be bloody good. He's going to have to be bloody good to make that worthwhile. And I don't think it would. I think he's a very good player. I'm just not sure he's that good of a player. Anthony Gordon and Lewis Miley about to come on here. It's going to be Willock coming off. And Willock's not happy at all, actually. Willock is absolutely raging there. Oh, hang on. And Harvey Barnes is coming off. Yeah, Willock and Harvey Barnes off. And Lewis Miley and Gordon coming on. HT14, who scored? Yep, it was Isaac with a penalty. A penalty that shouldn't have been. And Dan Burn with a header. There's a bit of confusion here about who's coming off and who's coming on. There's Trippier, Willock and Murphy all stood over to the right side here. We've seen this a few times in Premier League games recently. Bournemouth was like this. There's players trying to walk off the pitch, players trying to come on, and nobody really knows who the hell is meant to be coming on and off. Corin, do you still think Delap is going to Chelsea? No, I think he's going to go. It's going to be maybe to Villa. I quite like the idea of that. I quite like the idea of Watkins getting sold. I think Watkins probably will move on. And maybe Delap to Villa. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Corin, Anthony Gordon hasn't been too good recently. He still had, I think, a decent season. Not as anywhere near as good as he was last year. Last year he was tremendous. This year he's been a bit injury hit as well. Webbo, does this mean Ipswich is relegated? Yes, it does. They only needed a point today to go down. A point would have kept them, would have sent them down. They need to win. Coming into this game, they needed to win every game, pretty much 4-0. and hope that West Ham lose every single game in order to stay up. But yeah, it was never going to happen. So Tion delap the Villa, but they do have Ollie Watkins. I think Ollie Watkins is going. Yeah, I think Ollie Watkins is going. Fulham 1-1. Is it Fulham 1-1? Go on then, Fulham. Yes, Fulham. That's what we wanted. 1-1. Who scored it? Emile Smith-Rowe. And Brighton won. West Ham won. Mohamed Kudus. How did we miss that earlier? Brighton won. West Ham won. And it's a penalty to Leicester at Molineux. It's a penalty to Leicester at Molineux. Is Jamie Vardy going to step up and take it? Surely he will. Surely he'll step up and blast this in, Jamie Vardy. Yeah, Tion, I think Ollie Watkins is going to go. He was very nearly going to Arsenal in the summer. He's claimed for a penalty and a handball here from Newcastle. It'll maybe be a penalty. Is there a check? Jacob Greaves with a potential handball in the area from Ipswich. The ref is still checking. There is a check. This might be a penalty. VAR here. First one. That one's not a handball. Harvey Barnes hits it into Wolfenden. That's not handball. No, he's cleared him. He's cleared him. Won't get that natural position. NUFC David, there's no way in hell you should have had that first half penalty either. You've been very, very blessed with referees today, I've got to say. Very, very blessed. Corin, do you think Gustavo Hamer will go to West Ham? No. Well, he might do. I don't know. I don't know where Gustavo Hamer's going to go. I imagine he will leave Sheffield United if they don't go up. But where he goes, it's anyone's guess. NUFC David, he dragged Murphy back to start. He didn't drag. He didn't drag. It was literally, he had a slight hold of his arm. And it was for a split second. And it was basically outside the area. You can't give penalties for that. If you give penalties for that, you'd have 10 penalties a game. You'll have 10 penalties a game. No skill, Aaron. Who's this Hamer guy? He plays for Sheffield United. He's a very good player. Probably too good for the Championship. So probably one to look forward to being in the Prem next year. Someone will go and pick him up, I would imagine. Javier Swungu saved Jamie Vardy pen. Oh, no. Oh, no. I need to cash out anything that's got Sunderland in. That's going to be the one that's going to kill me. Anything with Sunderland in. At least Fulham are doing okay. Chelsea, Fulham, Blackburn 2, Watford 1. Blackburn have turned it round at Ewood Park. They have turned it round. Tyrese Dolan. Oh, thank God for that. Fulham's all good. That one's still going. Fulham. I really need Fulham to turn it round. Oh, Vardy's penalty. I've just watched it back. Vardy's penalty is unlucky. Strasbourg against Saint-Etienne, and that one's still 1-1, by the way. Big game in League 1. Strasbourg still have a chance of Champions League football if they get their act together in League 1. Any other games where I have got Sunderland on? No, I don't think there is there? Don't think there is. Right, fine, that's fine. I'm okay. We've cashed out what we need to cash out. League 1, Strasbourg against Saint-Etienne. Right. Brett, hello, my new favourite TikToker. Thanks, mate. You're a sweetheart, aren't you? And hello to you, too. Corin, are Sunderland losing? Yeah, they are getting absolutely battered by Oxford. They are getting smashed. Tion, I did want to stay up, but I don't think we will. I don't want Sunderland to come up, but they might. Yeah, Sunderland, there's no way Sunderland are coming up. This will be their 4th defeat in a row. You can't go into the playoffs in that sort of form. They can't. I can't keep switching it on and off. It's madness. NUFC David, TT50, who do you support, or are you neutral and cover everything? I'm not neutral. I am a Liverpool fan. I'm very, very honest about that. I'm a Liverpool fan. I've supported Liverpool 30 years. Been all over the world watching them. But I'm a dad now, and I can't afford to go all the games. I can't do all that anymore. I'm getting too old for it. So now I watch everyone from home. I watch them all. I watched Newcastle Ipswich. I watched Everton Chelsea earlier today. We've done championship games over the weekend. 6 championship games. League One games. We did Birmingham against Stevenage. We're doing the FA Cup game, Palace and Villa, straight after this. And we're doing the Clasico, Barcelona against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final tonight at 9 o'clock. So yes, David, cover absolutely everyone, mate. And we have all sorts of fans in the chat. It's not an echo chamber. So if you want something a little bit different to your Newcastle fan channels or something like that, then stick with us, mate. Give us a follow. Tion, Corin, that's like the 5th loss in a row. It is, yeah. They're really struggling. Brett, opinions on the Coventry game, please. It was madness, wasn't it? Again, I think that referee was probably worse than this one. It was... I think it was it 10? Was it 10 cards in that game? 8 yellows, 2 red cards in the Luton Coventry game. Both teams got a red card. And then Shandon Baptiste with a late winner for Luton, and that might just keep them up, I'll be honest. That might just keep them up. Tion, I did think City was going to win the league, but I'm surprised Liverpool. Everyone was. No one thought Liverpool would do it. Not even Liverpool fans, I'll be honest with you. I didn't, Klopp leaving, we got Arne Slot in. I immediately thought, you know what? I'll take 4th. As long as we qualify for the Champions League, I'll take that and a good cup run. That'll do us for this season. First season, give him a chance to bed in and settle in and get to know the players. I'll be happy with that. And now, we've overachieved this season. Now I'm happy with that for next season. I'd be quite happy, because I think there's going to be 10 to 12 players leaving Liverpool. I'd be quite happy if next season we may be challenged. Maybe we're around the top position again. Maybe we don't win it. I'd like us to win it, of course, but maybe we don't win it. I think there'll be a lot of change, so I'd be surprised if we did. We'll have to see how the summer goes, but I would be very, very much content next season with finishing in the top 2 or 3 and maybe being in the position that Arsenal are this time next season, with a Champions League semi-final still to play, or maybe an FA Cup semi-final still to play. I wouldn't mind that. That would be a relatively okay second season for Arne Slot. David, with the new manager, I was expecting mid-table. You have done fantastic. Wow, busy schedule, and Liverpool done amazing this season. Very busy schedule, yeah. We've done 22 games live streamed in the last 7 days on this channel. 22 games. So, yeah, very, very busy. The channel's actually only existed 4 months, mate. So, I'm smashing it till the end of the season. And let's see what happens. Strasbourg have gone a goal up against Saint-Etienne in League One. That is massive, because that now puts them into 5th. Level on points with Nice, who got that big win against PSG last night. Strasbourg still chasing those Champions League places. West Ham have scored at Brighton. That's a terrible goal for Brighton to concede. Thomas Soucek. It's the 2nd assist of the game for Jared Bowen. If anyone's got him in FPL, Jared Bowen's got 2 assists in that game. First for Kudus, and he's just created what looks like the winner for Thomas Soucek. Every other game still 0-0, to be honest. Cardiff 0, West Brom 0, Hull 0, Derby 0, Borough 0, Norwich 0. That's a bad result for the Borough. Very bad result for the Borough. Negative Nancy. Some people saying Arne Slot already done better than Klopp. No, he's not. He's not. Listen, look at the team that Klopp took over. Look at the team that Slot took over. There's your difference. Callum, negative Nancy. I'm not a negative Nancy. I'm just saying I don't think that we're definitely going to win the league next year. Definitely going to win it. That's a positive Polly. That's not a negative Nancy. That's not even positive. Delusional Debbie. If I'm negative Nancy, you're delusional Debbie. Yeah, we're gonna definitely win the league next year. Tion, I'm hoping Sunderland for the derbies. Are Sunderland just saving energy for the playoffs? No. Listen, you can't do that. You can't do that. It really isn't a tap. It isn't a switch that you can turn on. You absolutely have to be at it going into those playoff games. Form is everything. We've seen it so many times before where teams cruise into those playoff games too casual and they switch off and it all falls to bits. So I honestly think Sunderland are gonna struggle. They're really gonna struggle. Same with Coventry and Bristol City. Chance, oh, it's a great goal. And it's Asula, isn't it? Asula. The young man off the bench. Great goal, that. 3-0 Newcastle. Big goal, that, for the young lad, Asula. 3-0. Liverpool, Webbo. Are you going to watch the Cup semi-final today? Yes. Yes, I'm live for the Cup semi-final. Straight after this. So, if you want to stick with me, we're going to be doing Palace against Aston Villa. We're going to do a watch-along of that straight after this. Ipswich are complaining here. The goal, it was a little bit of an odd one, I guess, for the goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper probably should keep it out, but it's a hell of a header. It's a corner kick that comes in. I think Ipswich are complaining that maybe there's a bit of blocking going on. That's the only thing I can assume. Or are they claiming that it bent out of play? It's a great header. It's a great header. It's a corner ball. Asula is basically stood on the penalty spot and he gets up high, he heads it and it kind of dips in to the top corner. It's a really good header. No, nothing wrong with that. Really good goal. George, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Liverpool fan, as I said, I say this every time, so apologies for people who've heard this a dozen times, a million times, but I'm a Liverpool fan. I used to go watching the game. I've been all over the world watching Liverpool for 30 years, but I'm a dad now, can't afford it. Now, I watch football at home and I watch everyone. So, if you like a different type of channel, a different type of fan channel, where it's not just your team and an echo chamber of your fans, we have every set of fans in the chats here. We have United fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, City fans, all giving each other down the banks. It's great. We've got a cracking little community. So if you like football and you like watching all kinds of football, give us a follow. Get over to YouTube and subscribe, because we are live a lot. We stream football matches every single day. 22 in the last 7 days we've done. Great ball that from Jared Bowen to put it on a plate for Thomas Soucek. Alfie Kleins, thank you for the follow. As a United fan, I can't see us winning a Prem in the next 20 years. Oh, mate, listen, it can all change very quickly. Bearing in mind, look where United were when they won it. 12, 13 years ago. You would never have said that United wouldn't win a Prem for the next 13 years, would you? Same as you would never have said when Liverpool did it in 1990 or whatever it was, that we wouldn't win one for the next 30. So, it's the same sort of thing. You never know how quickly these things can change. Manchester United could get their act together. They're a very big club. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they could turn it around. Tion, I like your videos. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Put a lot of time into them. They're not very good. They are good. I think they are good. But they're getting better. I'm still very new to YouTube and TikTok, and I'm still very new to editing and filming and being in front of a camera. All that's very new. So, I'm still learning. Sven Botman's coming on for Newcastle. Hull 0, Derby 1. That's a very big goal down the bottom end of the Championship. Preston 0, Plymouth 2 as well, by the way. It's all change here now. It's all change. Plymouth. Oh, do you know what? Plymouth getting the win. That might not be enough. That might not be enough. Derby. Derby, that goal has just killed Plymouth. It's just killed Plymouth. That might send Plymouth down, that goal. Derby, Luton and Preston might now all be safe. Brighton 2, West Ham 2. We thought they'd won it. They've not. Brighton have turned it round. It's 2-2. Kaoru Mitoma with the last kick of the game. Kaoru Mitoma's nicked it. Nat Phillips, yeah. Nat Phillips for Derby. Oh, I'm absolutely gutted for Plymouth, you know. I'm absolutely gutted because they've got a minus 35 goal difference, Plymouth. And they can't make that up on Luton, Preston or Derby. So this goal from Derby County effectively sends Plymouth down. Oh, that's sad. Very, very sad. Goal for Wolves, 3-0. Gomez has scored, 3-0. Callum the Copite, Plymouth beat us 1-0, but Phillips are relegating them. Ask Scouser. Yeah, Plymouth going down there with that result. Cardiff relegated as well. Cardiff are mathematically relegated. Cardiff are the only team that are. They are mathematically relegated as it stands. They can't stay up either. Cardiff would need a goal in the next couple of minutes. They've got a couple of minutes left against West Brom. They're still currently 0-0 there. And they have had a lot of chances in that game, by the way, Cardiff. If Cardiff can nick a winner, then they could take it to the final day. They would need to take it to the final day. But to be honest, Plymouth, it's just not gone their way. Luton and Derby getting big, big wins. Yeah, we've just said that. Yeah, Brighton Mitoma level. 2-2. Southampton 1, Fulham 1. That one's still ongoing. Could have done with Fulham nicking that, to be honest. But now, it feels like now in the Prem, those games, they've probably taken Fulham and Brighton out of it. Fulham and Brighton have dropped points there. Big, big points against Southampton and against West Ham. 2 winnable games. So, they are out of that European race pretty much now. It's very much resting on Bournemouth. If Bournemouth beat Man United tomorrow, then they could get themselves or put themselves smack in the driving seat for a Europa League or a Europa Conference League place next season. Money, where do you think Newcastle will finish? I mean, looking at Newcastle's fixtures, you've still got some difficult ones. You've got to go to Brighton, you've got Chelsea, you've got Arsenal, and you've got Everton last day of the season. Just seeing Mitoma's goal back, ball up to the far post, knocked across the face of goal, and a header at the near post. Well worked goal that from Brighton. Yeah, so I can see Newcastle maybe getting 6 points left, 6 to 8 points maximum between now and the end of the season. So you might finish on about 70. I think City will finish above you. City have got Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth and Fulham. I think City will finish above Newcastle. And then, Brighton have nicked it 3-2. Brighton have nicked it 3-2. Brighton have nicked it. Goodness me. Alfie Kleins, who's your favourite non-Liverpool player of all time? Oh, I've got too many, Alfie. Far too many. I really, really did like Ronaldinho. Oh, Southampton 1, Fulham 2. The Cottagers have pinched it. Big goals there in the Prem. Brighton nicking it at the end. And Fulham nicking it at the end against Southampton. We definitely chose the wrong game with this one, didn't we? Defo chose the wrong game. This one was over at half-time. Newcastle, just over the bar there, from Bruno Guimaraes. My favourite non-Liverpool player of all time. I loved Ronaldinho. I loved Cristiano Ronaldo, I'll be honest. I thought he was great, and I thought Messi at his peak was great. But Ronaldinho was always a little bit special. Zidane, Loved him. Loved Thierry Henry as well. I love players like Lothar Matthäus as well before that. Lothar Matthäus was a great leader for Germany. Romario was unbelievable. Batistuta. Do you know what? Batistuta, actually, that's my favourite. That is my favourite. I'm Ronaldinho and Batistuta. They are my peak. I loved Ronaldo, original Ronaldo, and I loved Zidane as well. But Batistuta was great. He was so good. I grew up watching Coppa Italia, Gazzetta, Football Italia. I used to watch that with James Richardson growing up, and Batistuta was unbelievable. Who is it who scored the winner? Ryan Sessegnon it was, and Adama Traore with an assist. So Adama Traore now has more goals and assist contributions than Iliman Ndiaye, the great Iliman Ndiaye at Everton. Adama Traore of all people, and he's available for a free this summer. I think Adama Traore to Everton is one to watch. I really do. So yeah, money, I think Newcastle will finish probably 5th. I think you'll finish 5th. That's what I'm going for. Brighton and West Ham have finished. It's full time. Baleba with the winner. Let's just watch it back. It's got to have been a hit from distance if Baleba's hit that in. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, what a winner. What a winner. West Ham collapse on the ground. Wait till you see that. Wait till you see that. Carlos Baleba, he might be one Liverpool look at this summer. I think he's one that a lot of teams will be looking at this summer. But it's finished there. It's 3-2 Brighton. It's about to finish at Craven Cottage. Southampton 1, Fulham 2. It's finished in Cardiff. It's finished in South Wales. Cardiff are mathematically relegated now. And it's finished in London as well. It's finished at the Den. Millwall 1, Swansea 0. Millwall on the cusp of the playoffs. Let's just see this Fulham goal back. It was Sessegnon who nicked it. Oh, Sessegnon got his head to it. It was a great winner, that. Great goal from Fulham. Really, really good goal. Borough 0, Norwich 0. They've dropped points. Oxford 2, Sunderland 0. They've dropped points. Preston 1, Plymouth 2. That one's all done now, sadly for Plymouth. I think they've done and dusted. Hull 0, Derby 1. That might just be enough to keep Derby up. And it might also be sending Hull down. We're going into the last game with Hull, Luton, Preston and Derby separated by just 1 point. And Stoke as well, by the way. Stoke are on 50 points. So there's 3, 4, 5... There's 5 teams with a chance of going down on the last day in the Championship. Bilal, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Liverpool fan. But we watch everyone. We watch absolutely everyone. Newcastle here. Asula with the shot. Oh, just wide. Very nearly 4-0. Good play that by Asula. Really, really good play. Really smart play. We've got 5 minutes of added on time here. We're into the 93rd. Yep, Cardiff relegated. Yep. Cardiff officially relegated. It's been a poor season for them. Just waiting really on that Hull game. I cannot believe. Do you know what? Blackburn are in with a real chance. Blackburn are in with a real chance. We talk about the bottom end of the Championship table. There being only 1 point separating 5 teams. Or 2 points separating 5 teams, sorry now. It's the exact same with the playoffs. We'll go into the playoffs and actually, from 5th, Bristol City, down to 7th, 8th, 9th actually. 9th, Middlesbrough. Even though Borough drew today, they've still got a chance. They need some results to go their way, but Borough, Blackburn, Millwall, Coventry and Bristol all have a chance. All have a chance of staying, of getting into the playoffs. Goodness gracious me, that's going to be an amazing end to the Championship season. The last days next weekend. We're going to be live for them. They all kick off at 12:30. We need to decide which one of them we're going to watch. I mean, we'll bounce back and forth between them all, I'm sure. But we need to decide which game we are going to watch in the Championship. Because there's so much riding on pretty much every one of them. Alfie, do you think Trent will do good if he goes to Real? No, I don't. I don't think really. I think Trent will go, and he's a very, very good player, but I'm almost certain that he will fail. As many, many players do at Madrid. Many top players have failed at Madrid. Reese, Luton, Corin, are Plymouth relegated? They aren't relegated, but they are relegated. So the maximum they can do is finish on the same number of points as the teams above them that are out of the relegation zone. But unfortunately for Plymouth, they have a minus 35 goal difference. And it's just far too big for any of the other teams to make up in one game. So, yeah, Plymouth are down. Plymouth are down. Mardinho, devastated. Cardiff down now. Yep, Cardiff down to League One. No South Wales derby. No Swansea v Cardiff next year. That's going to be rough. Right. The ref has just blown up here. It's finished 3-0 to Newcastle. Newcastle 3, Ipswich 0. It's all over. All over here. Newcastle go up to... Where does that take them, actually? Newcastle go up to 5th, is that, or 4th? 3rd. Newcastle 3rd. Newcastle 3rd. City in 4th. Chelsea in 5th. Forest in 6th. Villa in 7th. That last-minute defeat for Villa away to City now looking crucial. Forest do have a game in hand on those teams above them, so Forest can actually go up above Newcastle to 3rd if they win their game in hand, which is against Brentford next week. They play Brentford midweek next week at 7:30, so we'll be live for that one. Shanboss, good win for Newcastle. Yeah, good win for Newcastle. Definitely helped by the referee, I think. It was a poor game from the referee. You know, they probably did deserve it in the end, Newcastle, but the referee ruined that game. At half-time, it was all over. It was 1-0 to Newcastle. A penalty had been given that was never a penalty. It was never, ever, ever a penalty. It was the smallest of pullbacks on his arm. It was never a pen. Ever, 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 ever. Never a pen. And it was never a red card either to Ben Johnson. 2 fouls, 2 yellows. He sent him off. This referee has ruined this game. And Ipswich are confirmed down into the Championship now. All 3 teams confirmed into the Championship now for next season. Ben Godfrey and Anthony Gordon, 2 ex-Evertonians, just having a nice little friendly chat on the pitch there. Eddie Howe looking a little bit better. Good to see him back in the dugout after that spell with pneumonia. But yeah, 3 goals for Newcastle. Isak with that controversial penalty. Dan Burn in the 56th minute. And then a late header, really good header, from Asula to put Newcastle 3-0 up and into 3rd in the Premier League. Big, big game, big win for Newcastle. And yeah, it's been a mad one. Corin, Wilson, those 2 traitors. Jake, the officiating at the moment is terrible. Had an awful game. The ref was a very hard game to manage. He got it all wrong, the ref. Got it all wrong. It's finished as well at Molineux. Wolves 3, Leicester City 0. Ruud van Nistelrooy overseeing a run of defeats I've never quite anticipated. 1, Shanboss, Man U at 15th in the table today. Right, listen, we're going to have to end this stream. We're going to have to end this stream very, very quickly because we've got 15 minutes. 15 minutes before Palace against Aston Villa in the FA Cup kickoff. It's a 5:15 kickoff. So I've got to end this live. I've got to start a new one. Palace against Villa in the FA Cup. Stick with me. If you haven't already followed and subscribed, make sure you do so. Go and get over to YouTube. Go and get over to TikTok, wherever you are. Give us a like, give us a follow, and I will see you in about 5 to 10 minutes maximum for Palace against Villa at Wembley, FA Cup semi-final. Take it easy.